Welcome to another episode of Out of the Pods. I'm Deep Tea.
And I'm Natalie, and happy Wednesday.
Pod besties, I decided to do something a little crazy. I had a flight booked to Columbus to visit a friend this weekend. And instead, I decided to make the 5.5-hour drive there.
So fun. That sounds like so much fun.
Honestly, in my head, it sounded really fun. I need the time to just pause. It just makes you slow down a little bit. So that was my mindset.
I can't relate because I'm a bad driver. So when I have to drive long distances, I'm like shaking, like constantly on edge. Yeah. Like my hands are really sweatier on my my driving wheel. What is it called?
The steering wheel. The driving wheel. Yep. You haven't driven in a while.
So yeah, no, it sounds like so much fun.
Honestly, it was a great time. 5 hours flew by. Like I was listening to the new Taylor Swift podcast. I was just chilling, you know?
Be in your thoughts.
Exactly.
Not that we're not at home like 24/7.
Well, like I'm probably doom scrolling or watching TV or something. And this way it's like, no, you're thinking about your life.
Yeah. Or you're like, you know, on the road and you're thinking about cars around you. But,
well, that too. So I arrived and I barely made any stops just for gas. And
oh my gosh, Deepti told me when she was telling me about this drive, she goes, I didn't use the bathroom once. It was like for 5 hours.
Oh, I can go a long time. It's probably because when I go to festivals, I don't like using porta potties. So I feel like I've trained my bladder.
You have. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get there because I use the bathroom like every hour.
No, I know.
And not because I'm super hydrated or anything. It's like, you know, my body just knows it's time.
I know. And it's so funny when I was telling you this, I was like, could never be Natalie.
Could never. If I was in the car with you, you would have stopped 4 to 5 times.
Oh, I already know that I would, which is why
maybe
I love doing a solo drive.
Maybe a 6th time for like a little snack break.
Nope.
But
yeah, no. I can't. I'm not that type of person. But after I got out of the car, my back hurt so bad. Natalie, to this point, like literally I'm sitting in a weird way right now. So for the pod besties that are, you know, listening and not watching, consider yourself lucky because I'm literally going to be shifting like weirdly on this video. But my back hurts so bad. And it's been 4 days since this trip.
Wow. I know why your back hurts.
Why?
Because you're in your 30s.
I hate that you said that because there's no other logical explanation. I've taken so many road trips in my life. Some were 14, 16 hours, and this has never happened to me.
Yeah, no, it's because you're now in your 30s.
It's because I didn't move positions for an hour and a half, and now I'm just screwed.
There are things that I think I can do as if I'm like 25 years old, and then I'm reminded, no, I am in my 30s.
It's so frustrating to know that your body is aging and you're actually seeing the repercussions of it.
I still think I'm like young and like supple.
Yeah.
You know?
Supple? That's a word I haven't heard in so long.
No, we know. Like I act as if I'm like this young, supple woman, and I'm not.
Supple is like the equivalent to chuggy. You know? I can't believe that my body just basically gave out on me and was like, sorry, you wanted to have fun this weekend? Nope, I'm going to constantly remind you that you are 34.
Your body was like, bitch, you should have got on that plane.
I know. I was like, talk about, I wanted to take the time to slow down. And now my body's like, yeah, I'm going to make you really slow down. You're not going to be able to move.
I go to Orange Theory, and a portion of the class is where you're doing intervals on a treadmill, or at least the classes that I go to. And I see these like young 20-something-year-olds. They're like, it's no biggie to them. You know, they're just like running with ease. And meanwhile, I'm like, I want to do that. But I know I can't because my knee's about to give out.
And honestly, along the same lines too, I feel like my metabolism has slowed down so much that I just can't eat like I used to. And even if I work out, like a 30-minute workout would have been so effective in my 20s. And now in my 30s, I'm like, no, honey, you're going to have to increase double that, potentially triple that to see.
I mean, does anyone remember the days where you could eat like 3 frozen pizzas and just like poop it all out the next day and your weight doesn't change? Because I remember those days when I was 21 and for some reason Now I think my body's digesting so slow that I'll have like 2 slices of pizza and I don't see, like the outcome. It's like my body's like, let me absorb every single calorie from these slices of pizza, absorb it into my body, and the fat cells just like go everywhere, like into my back and into my underarms and everything. And then, yeah.
You're talking about eating only like 2 slices of pizza in your 30s. I can't even touch it anymore.
Why?
Because it'll go straight to my thighs.
I will say, like, I will have a meal and 2 days later I'm still digesting it. Like I feel it. Like I feel my body working so hard to like just break it down.
Truly. And it's not metabolizing quite like it used to.
Yeah.
And then
you're gassy, and then all of a sudden you have acid reflux.
Oh my God.
And then you have to take a Tums, and then a Pepto-Bismol after that. It's just like, it's a whole process.
And that's what's frustrating about it is if I had the knowledge that I have now at 34, if I had that in my 20s, God, I would be on a different level of attractiveness, I feel like. But now that I have the knowledge, it's hard for my body to catch up to the knowledge because I'm applying it. But it just doesn't hit the same way as it used to.
I feel like it's less knowledge. It was a learning experience,
Well, yes.
Like if you didn't eat like shit in your 20s, then you'll never learn to eat healthy in your 30s.
Yes.
But the crazy thing is I ate shit in my 20s and I still eat like shit in my 30s.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know if the body's paying the price for that or are the wheels just turning down the pace? I don't know. But I'm definitely feeling the effects in my body and
no, I do too. I mean, I went on a date last week and I had 3 cocktails during the date.
Wow, that is huge for you.
Yeah, but it was like paced out. It was within 5 hours. It was a really long date.
Oh, yeah.
Like great conversation.
And I bet you were still tipsy as hell.
I definitely like minorly blacked out.
Yep, but that sounds like...
I was like by the second cocktail and I was like, ooh, like the third one's really going to send me over the edge.
Yes.
Anyways, I went home and I had a hangover the next day. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's taking me a full day to recover, but I'll be fine, the day after. No, this hangover went for 3 days.
Oh, no.
I was like feeling the effects. Like I legitimately could not get out of bed. I couldn't think straight when I got out of bed. I couldn't work.
Yes.
And I was like, what happened?
I
was like, what happened to that young woman full of stamina and energy who used to have like 6 shots and, I'd go to class the next day, like in college.
Absolutely. I remember I used to pick my schedule so that I would have Tuesdays and Thursdays off. So I would only have classes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday sometimes. And I would go out almost every night and be completely fine the next day.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I do have a flex, and it's that I don't really get hangovers. Like
right now?
Yeah. Like my body's in pain and I'm tired, but I don't get hangovers.
But your body's still
But my body's still so tired. So I guess my body's going through the hangover.
But your mind is fresh.
My mind is so fresh. No headaches, nothing. We're good. Except for my body's like, ow, you're limping.
Like severely dehydrated.
Yeah. All it takes is one tiny fall when you're drunk or like one little like stub of the toe and I'm out. I'm out for like the whole week.
One thing I will say, when I go out at this age, I love that my body knows, regardless of what drunken stage I'm in, that when I come home, I must shower and take off my makeup before bed.
Okay. Shower is a little extreme for me, unless I'm like
rinse,
muddy.
A little nighttime rinse.
Honestly, I still don't do the rinse.
That's crazy. You don't shower when you come home from the
No,
bars.
but I wash everything. I wash, like, if I'm wearing sandals, I'll wash my feet. But makeup, taking off your makeup is a must. I cannot believe sometimes I used to just go to bed with complete full makeup on.
And I'd wear it again the next day to class. Like in college. I'd be like, my makeup's done from the night before. I'll just like pat some like matte powder and good to go.
That is absolutely crazy.
I know, I was a sicko. Like, is that disgusting?
Yes.
I didn't do it all the time, but definitely did it some of the time.
You had a little Sunday fun day and had to go to Monday class.
Yeah.
I had to make it work.
I'd be like, I have a full face of makeup and here I go.
But you're totally right. Nowadays, I will come home and the first thing I'll even do before I sit down is take your makeup off. That is like, I don't care if I'm falling over, stumbling. There's probably like so much water on the sink when I'm done, but that makeup is coming off.
I feel like men don't understand how it feels to take makeup off at the end of the day, it's just like, oh, it's the best feeling in the world.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to explain it. Like I get butterflies just thinking about it. Like, when you have like a full face of makeup on,
yes.
and then at the end of the day, when you're just able to like cleanse it off. Oh my gosh. Literally, it's top 5 best feelings in the world.
Absolutely.
I'm getting goosebumps because I'm like, the feeling of it just is amazing.
Number 2 also being taking off your bra at the end of the day. Oh, there's no better feeling in the entire world than just being completely free. No
Truly.
makeup, no makeup, no bra. And that's called heaven for 30-year-old girls.
And then like getting into some loungewear, like taking your day clothes off. Oh my God. Literally. Who needs a man? 30. Who needs a man when you have all these amazing life experiences,
You're at the bar and you're literally thinking about how it's going to feel so amazing to take off your makeup and take off this damn dress.
100%. That is kind of crazy though, that you don't shower when you come home from the bars, like when you're out with your friends. Can I tell you why I do it? Like why it's a must, even if it's just like a body rinse, is I feel like everyone's spit, especially when you're in like a crowded place and everyone's talking and little micro sprinkles of spit, like they land on your body.
Who the hell thinks about micro speckles of spit?
I do often.
That's insane. That thought has never crossed my brain my entire life.
When I'm in a public place, like a crowded place, even when I'm on the train, I think about how like there's like microbacteria just like floating around me and just like landing on my body.
Yeah, there are living bacteria on your body. So
that's why I never leave my house. But I think about that often. Like when I went on that date last week, the guy was talking so close to my face and it was kind of romantic. But then I also thought about how his like spit is just like landing all over my face and my body.
You would. I've never thought about that in my whole life.
And it's all in my hair.
That's actually
and I was
insane.
like, I don't know this man that well.
I just met him on a dating
and
app.
his germs are all over my fucking body now. Like, are you kidding me?
Honestly, I'm kind of upset with you right now because why would you make me think about this? Now, all I'm going to think about when I go out is, oh my God, there's micro spit. What did you call it?
Like just like little micro droplets of spit everywhere.
That's gross.
Just landing on your body.
Ew.
And you bring it all home and then bring it into bed with you and you're just like slipping and sliding in your micro spit that's all over your body.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should wash your sheets every other day. Once a week is a must. I'm not going to lie. You know what? Even though I know this information now, I'm still not going to body shower because that's just too much.
Wait, remember that guy I got into a fight with because he wouldn't rinse his body
before getting it?
Guys, I'm so passionate about like showering or at least doing a little rinse before you go to bed that there was I feel like I've talked about him a lot. The guy from out of town I was dating, he came to stay with me one time. And we straight up got into a fight because he wouldn't rinse his body before we went to bed. Like before he went into my bed.
Don't make me agree with a man, Natalie, because like as much as that bothers you, it's a you problem.
I know, but it was my house and my bed, so my rules.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. But on principle, I'd be like, no, don't tell me what to do.
Well, he did it, but like it definitely took a fight. Like he was definitely pushing back.
I'm not going down without a fight. That would be me.
Like, wait, why? And he's like, because I shower in the mornings. Like he goes, I shower every morning. So why would I shower at night and then re-shower 8 hours later? And I was like, that's not the point. I was like, the point is you've got micro spits all over you.
They're probably your micro spits though. So does that make you feel more comforted?
No, I was like, I don't want to be like sleeping in my micro spit either.
It's like backwash.
Yeah. Was I wrong for demanding that he do a little body rinse?
I don't think you were wrong. Is it a little over the top? Oh, maybe a tiny bit. But as somebody who doesn't night shower.
So when do you shower?
Whenever the hell I want. Sometimes I'll shower twice in a day because I'm like, because there's no better feeling in the entire world when you light a little candle, take it into your bathroom and take the longest shower ever. And it's an everything shower. And then
ma'am, in this economy,
lotion it up.
Have you ever heard of a water bill?
No. Oh, my water bill's very high.
Before I even open that shower door, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this. Like you set it up.
Yeah.
So that you waste as little water as possible.
See, that is so nice because anytime I think I'm going to take a quick shower, I'm in there, I'm rotating like a rotisserie chicken in the hot water and I'm like, this is heavenly and I don't want to get out. I'm in there for 10, 15 minutes at least. And that's just for a quick body rinse.
This is why the grass is yellow in Chicago, okay?
It's
because of Deep D's long ass showers.
Honestly, you're right. I should care about the environment and sustainability.
No, I mean,
because
I kind of get it. I just don't like being in water for so long.
Yeah, because you get wrinkly.
Yeah.
Raisiny.
Yeah, like I want to go in and out.
See, for me, I want to be withered. I want to be a dried grape. I love taking long showers.
Okay, to be in the shower as little as possible, like I will actually put the soap on my face, like my face wash on my face, dry before I go into the shower. And then like I'll brush my hair before I go into the shower so I don't have any tangles. So I could like easily put my shampoo and conditioner. And then I'll put my shampoo and conditioner on at the same exact time.
Oh,
yeah.
You're doing like a little double shampoo.
And then while I'm waiting for the shampoo and conditioner to kind of like settle my hair, I'll leave it on for like 30 seconds. I'll start putting my soap on my loofah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's all ready to go and I'll set it aside. And then so when I'm rinsing the stuff out of my hair, I'll grab my loofah and I'm able to scrub myself so fast. And I'm not kidding you, I'm in and out in 2 minutes. And I am still so exfoliated and scrubbed. You just got to be like very...
Obviously, I have a little shower routine too, but this is why I'm late to everything. Because I'm like, you know what? I just need an hour to get ready. It's fine. Dinner's at 7. Start getting ready at 6. But where I go wrong is I get into that shower and I'm like, oh, this feels amazing. And then the next thing you know, it's literally 6:30 and I'm like, oh, crap. This is why I'm late. This is why I'm late. You know, there's also a study that says that people who are single take longer showers because they feel like it's the warmth and it feels like a hug. So
how come my showers are so short then?
All the dates you're going on. You feel loved.
Because I don't need a hug.
Honestly, I'm going to hug you after this episode because apparently...
No, then I'll have to go home and shower. No thanks. I don't need not only your micro spit all over me, but I don't need your micro germs jumping onto my skin. Okay?
Imagine the micro spit on these mics.
I think about it too. It's from like getting older because I was never like this in my 20s.
Yeah, same.
If a chip fell on the floor, I would still pick it up and eat it.
Oh, that is a whole different Natalie than I know.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I would be such good friends with you.
Yeah. Like I would share drinks with my girlfriends, you know, like you get a cocktail and you share the same straw.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes we will go out to dinner and get drinks and I'm a very sherry
Yeah, you're
person.
always like, you want to try this
Yeah,
drink?
I was like, try this. And she goes, no, absolutely not. Or you'll like take your straw from your drink and you're like, let me try it. And you don't touch the glass whatsoever.
No, I don't share like spoons and forks with people. I don't share like drinks with people. Just, ugh.
You're insane.
I'm not a double dipper.
Oh my God.
Even with my family, I will not double dip.
And also, I'm a very much like family style at restaurants when we order food, but not with Natty Taddy.
No, I feel like I am family style, but
Yeah.
you know, you can't put the same fork
in
the plate. You know, you got to have like a serving utensil.
I never think about this shit ever because I'm very like, I don't care.
But I try
There's
to
been worse things in your mouth.
True.
Facts.
I mean, she's not wrong. I literally put a mic in my mouth. I'll try to ask cool girl about it, but that's what causes me to be the resentful person I am today. Like if I'm at dinner with friends and, you know, we are eating family style, you know how like with your friends and family members, sometimes they'll use the fork that they're eating with and like grab food from the shared plate.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah. Like I won't say anything. I'll just like let it happen.
But you clock it
because I'm in the minority, right? Like everyone else is doing it except for me. I'm like, I'm gonna use a different utensil to like grab my portion onto my own separate plate, and that's how I'm gonna eat it. Like that's family style to me. I'm like building resentment at the dinner.
Oh,
like when you're clocking it and then just you keep clocking another.
Yes.
Clock, 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 clock,
You're like,
clock.
oh, Natalie, what happened with that one friend? Like you guys haven't hung out in a while. Yeah, she literally double dipped and used the same fork.
And I was like, I need a break from her for like 2 weeks because I'm so resentful.
Exactly. You're like, I will never forget. I forgive, but never forget. Yeah, like every time Deepti's like, hey, want a sip of my drink? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then she'll be like, oh, Natalie, what happened with that one friend? Like you guys haven't hung out in a while. Yeah, she literally double dipped and used the same fork. And I was like, I need a break from her for like 2 weeks because I'm so resentful.
Yeah, like every time Deepti's like, hey, want a sip of my drink? And then she's like, can I have a sip of yours? I'm like,
You're like, do you have a straw you can use?
I was like, it's not that good. I was like, you wouldn't like it.
Oh, I'll order you another one. The same one for you. Don't worry.
But she's like, can I try it? I'm like, wow, I'm never talking to her ever again.
Unless baby girl has had 3 cocktails, all the rules go out the window because she's like, let me try yours.
After 3 cocktails, I'll eat off the floor.
100%. See, this is why alcohol is bad. It just makes you forget about all of your beliefs.
As I get older, I'm understanding the importance of being on top of my health. Like in my early 20s, I was not paying attention to my body and I would just like go a few years without getting my annual checkups. But now in my 30s, I'm experiencing things like sleep trouble, stress, my IBS is getting worse, and I also have back pain like deep T. But I realize how tough it can be to go to the doctor. Like the system makes it impossible to find the right doctor for all my needs and quickly too. Until I found ZocDoc, they make it so easy to find the right fit and book an appointment fast directly on their website.
I use ZocDoc for practically all of my doctor's appointments. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. You can book in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more. Once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointment openings, choose a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit.
So stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/outofthepods to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/outofthepods, ZocDoc.com/outofthepods. I have a lot of gray hair, which would surprise a lot of people, but I do. I've been getting gray hair since I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
It's like a genetic thing that runs in my family. But my hairstylist recently asked me like, hey, you know, like I know that you get your roots dyed like every 4 to 6 weeks, but have you ever thought about like growing it out? And, you know, we could dye your hair where it like naturally grows out, like maybe add some like few gray streaks to match, you know, your gray growth.
I'm laughing already.
My jaw dropped. I was like, what did you just say to me?
Do you think she just has fatigue from covering up your gray so much? She's like, her again.
I think because I complained, being like, oh, I hate dyeing my hair. Like, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you know, you should really think about it. My jaw was to the floor.
I would literally cry because what do you mean? Do you want me to grow out my grays already? I'm literally in my early 30s.
But it got me thinking like, do I let it grow out? And I was looking at some pictures of people who like let it grow out and
no, I'm please stop. I'm gonna veto that immediately right now. You're not gonna grow out your grays. Okay. As your bestie, I need to tell you that is not, no, you should not do that.
You know what? I had the same thought though. I was like, I'm never growing out my grays. And I was like, my grandmother, who actually passed from Alzheimer's last year, she dyed her hair black up till she passed in her 80s.
I was going to say the same thing. Like my mom still covers all of her grays and she's in her 60s. And I fear that I will be doing the exact same thing because I'm in the same boat. I got my first couple gray hairs at 16. So imagine that. I was probably so stressed back then.
I was a hardworking student.
I was going through some things. But this is so funny. But recently we were getting ready to go to a family dinner and I hadn't gotten my hair done in probably like 5-6 weeks. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to put my hair up today. And I have like small gray hairs that are like so new hair that's like growing. Baby hairs, and they're gray. They're all gray. And that's never happened to me in my life, but they're growing out. And my dad pulls me aside and he's like, hey, so I see that you're getting a lot of grays around your face. If you want to use my like eyeliner pencil, which he uses this for his mustache because he gets grays in his mustache. He goes, I can lend it to you so you can like cover up those grays. They're looking like a little rough. And I was like, of all the people, my dad calling me out on this?
No, 100%.
I deceased right there.
I would love to change society's opinion on gray hair and make it like a thing, like let it just naturally grow out and never have to dye my hair again. But we're just not there yet because I feel like people with it like ages you. Like having gray hair ages you, unfortunately, unless you can do it like tastefully.
I just imagine the next episode, you just arrive with like a nice gray streak.
A little nice gray streak on the side of my head.
My new hair. No, absolutely not. I'm always going to be highlighting my hair. I'm coloring it. I'm making it black, dark brown, whatever the hell. It's just never going to be gray.
No, like my other grandmother dyed her hair up till like 89.
Yes. Queen. That's queen energy.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, it kind of runs in our family. Like we're going to die forever. Yeah. We'll like dye our hair forever.
Yeah. Dye your hair forever.
It was kind of like that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, she asked because I'm getting so many grays.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had grays that were like manageable that only like sprouted on one side of my head. That was like
sprouted.
But now they're just sprouting everywhere.
Yep.
And that's when I was like, yeah, I'm aging.
Yeah, and this is why I don't look into my hair too much. I'm like, that's not my job. That's my hairstylist job. Don't tell me how many grays I have because I don't want to know. You know who probably is getting a lot more gray hair because they're stressed out is the entire cast of Perfect Match because, spoiler alert, none of these couples work out besides Adie and Ollie.
The finale episode that came out last Friday was a little bit of a letdown.
Why did they only allow 2 couples to go into voting? Like, I'm so confused why they cut everyone.
Because they played that last compatibility game, but it was just like so uninteresting, like the game.
Yes.
Listen, I think this is the issue with Perfect Match is it's now competing with shows like Love Island that just has so much more structure and so much more authenticity, actual real couples that come out of Love Island.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have Adie and Ollie coming out of Perfect Match season 3, but like the rest of the couples, like we know they don't end up together, and we also know that they broke up like shortly after filming ended.
Perfect Match just seems like fake to me, and it's just like I don't know who's popular type of reality show where Love Island, it's like a brand new cast, and I do have to say they do like film a little bit longer so you get the opportunity to kind of create like a deeper connection, but maybe they need to do that for Perfect Match too, because clearly the recipe that they have going right now is absolutely not working.
I think the biggest issue on Perfect Match is the lack of structure when it comes to like games and how matching goes and what perfect match means. Like, what does it mean to be a perfect match? Like, everyone keeps saying like, I found my perfect match, but you can tell people are just matching to match. It's not finding a perfect match.
No.
You know, I was like, can you just copy the show Are You the One? That would make it so much more interesting.
Absolutely agree. And also, they need to stop bringing in exes of people. Like, those storylines have died. Let them be dead. Because the whole like Sandy JR situation and the whole Rachel and Clayton, it's just like such a waste of time. Like, they're not going to be together. They've tried before. It's not going to work.
Well, I think the issue is those aren't fresh storylines anymore.
Yes.
For example, with Sandy and JR, that wasn't an interesting storyline on The Ultimatum season 2.
No.
Like, it wasn't interesting enough for people to be like, yeah, let me tune in to see like what happens with these two.
Exactly. And we know Sandy's going to pick Louis because obviously in the real world, she would have every opportunity to be with JR if that's what they wanted. Like, it's not going to just make it a magical relationship because they're on an island.
I agree.
Well, I mean, it could, I guess.
I know a lot of people are shocked that Adie and Ollie were not the winners of Perfect Match. Like, people are very disappointed. It was Daniel and Lucy, and I am too. Like, I cannot believe they were the winners.
Yeah.
It's specifically because of Daniel. Like, he had so many red flags.
Yeah. Yeah, but so did Ollie, if
That's
I'm being
true.
honest.
My opinion, though, the reason why they didn't win is because Ollie, like you said, also had red flags.
Yeah.
Like, if you forget about their engagement and their pregnancy, like, Ollie wasn't great on the show. Sure, they have like this happier ending in the finale where he says, I'm sorry. And she's like, I'm going to stick by my man. But like, that fight that they had and his jealousy issues and the fact he lied so quickly to Adie's face about his kiss and cuddling with Justine, huge red flag. So I kind of understand why they didn't win if you look at just their time on Perfect Match.
No, absolutely. And to be honest, they are the real winners in life. Because look at where they are. Obviously, it's not going to be like a perfect relationship. No relationship is perfect, but at least they found each other. And I think that's kind of like their prize. They're winning.
But I do like that Justine said to AD, like, you deserve more.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, like, I truly believe like AD deserved more than Ollie and how he acted. As much as I want to say like Ollie saying sorry seems like a step forward,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's like bigger issues in play in terms of like some of like the toxic traits that he has.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I was dying. One of the last things that he said on the season finale was something like, if it doesn't work out, I'll see you guys here next season. And then he was like, just kidding, I'm going to marry that girl.
No, isn't it so crazy how he's talking about like them having a baby and like marriage? And I was like, wait, he like manifested everything that happened.
I know. I was like, are we sure this filmed before or after they got married?
I was all like, why does this feel like, well, it couldn't have been afterward because then I don't think he would have kissed Justine.
Yeah.
The only thing that was a little bit sketch is the timeline afterward, in that they were like, they got engaged 6 months after the show. And I was like, no, it was 4 months.
Oh.
Not to be like a little timeline critic, but I was like, it's kind of weird when like Netflix and Kinetic lies like that. Like I was like, what's the point? Because the show finished filming like I think late September, early October.
Mm-hmm.
I think right at like that September 30th, October 1st timeline. And then they got engaged early February. So I was like, that's
very quick.
November, December, January. That's like a little over 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
4 months in a week. So I was like, it's kind of weird when they like lie that it was 6 months. Not that it's a big deal, but it kind of made me think. I was like, what was the point of lying?
Yeah, that was
about the timeline. Like, what's the point of that?
Dude, I'm such a big picture kind of girl that I would have never caught that detail.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what they're hoping most viewers do. That's so interesting.
I know. And
that's a weird
not
lie.
that that's like an issue.
No.
But I was just like, what? Why did they lie about the timeline?
Like, what's the intention behind it and what prompted them to do that? Because they could easily just, it's not that big of a deal, really.
But it was like that small thing I noticed based on like what I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder like why they just put 2 months on top of that timeline. Like, I don't know.
Interesting. The one thing I will say about Perfect Match is I do like the format of the finale at the very end when everyone can just talk shit. Because
I know, I do too.
I freaking love Juliet so much. Don't you think this season would have sucked without her?
Oh, guys, that was so funny, especially what she says to Scott and Carrington.
Yes.
Like, what did she say to Carrington? It was so funny. She's like, "You're just salty that I didn't pick you twice."
Yes.
And I was like, "Oh."
I love when the women actually called her out a little bit and was like, you're doing a lot. Like, maybe we just take it down a notch. And she's like, wait a minute, am I the problem?
Oh, you mean in the beginning of the episode when she comes back from her date with Carrington?
Yes.
No, I know. They're like, AD's like, you got to take it down a little bit.
Yeah, no, that was really funny.
And I was like, no, she doesn't, because she's the most interesting person on this show.
She really is.
And I was like, none of you guys are bringing really anything to the table right now.
I know. I freaking love her. And I feel like this season would be kind of boring without her. So.
The last episode for sure would be a snooze fest without Juliet.
Yeah.
I love that they gave her a little sad montage when she's like, am I going to get a sad montage now? And the editors literally create one.
If you're somebody who's serious about wellness but tired of bloated promises and bitter blends, I have a new habit for you that you will actually want to keep up with. LiB Up Super Greens is an all-natural blend of over 20 superfoods formulated with organic vegetables, probiotics, digestive enzymes, and naturally derived ingredients. It's designed by nutritionalists, third-party tested for purity, and made to be easy on your stomach, so you're not drinking that grassy, chalky texture.
LiB It Up has been a great addition to my routine. I just have 1 scoop a day and it promotes gut health, it supports my immune system, and just gives me that like feel good energy. And I'd like to mix it in with my smoothies, and it's so delicious.
LiB It Up is offering you 15% off your first order, including subscriptions, with code OUTOFTHEPODS, plus shipping's always free.
Head to letsliveit.com/outofthepods and use code outofthepods for 15% off your first Super Greens order. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. I'm kind of surprised that Freddie and Madison, just based on their edit on the show, didn't win Perfect Match.
Yeah, because they seem like a sweetheart couple and they were together for a long time.
Yeah.
But maybe this is proof that your social game also makes a difference, because just because you're a compatible couple doesn't mean that you can get the votes.
I was a little bit confused because I feel like they had the most unproblematic relationship.
Mhm.
Like they always chose each other no matter what.
Yeah.
So I was like, isn't that the point of perfect match, is to find someone who's a perfect match, aka you guys are good for each other? And that's what we kind of saw with Madison and Freddie.
I do also think that there's a lot that we haven't seen because they didn't really give us much on Freddie and Madison. Like, was there more going on behind the scenes that they didn't show about?
Okay, that's what I was thinking too, because if you listen to interviews that the cast members are doing right now, when they're asked about Madison, people are like being very coy about their feelings about her.
Oh, interesting.
Like, for example, Sandy was on Vile Files and she was asked like what her thoughts on Madison were. And she's like, she's really nice. It was, it's like kind of that answer where
they're holding something back a little bit.
Held back. Like there's something more to the story.
Yes.
Also, like 80 doesn't follow Madison, and Madison doesn't seem very close to the other women on the main cast, like currently as of today.
Yeah, interesting.
So I don't know. Like, it's just one of those things where you're like, was there something that went down that we just aren't privy to?
There is such a high likelihood of that happening because if we even know from our own experience, there's so much that gets cut out. So I'm sure there's a lot more going on because they prioritize certain storylines based on the real world and what's going on currently. So obviously Madison and Freddie were not a big part of any of the storylines. So they're like, they can't win. We don't even know much about them together as a couple.
100%. And we know they don't even end up together, and they like broke up a few weeks after filming.
Yeah.
So there was a Where Are They Now video that came up on YouTube on Monday. So a few days after the finale episode dropped on Netflix. And the main couples talk about their relationship status. Obviously, we know about 80 and Ollie, but we find out Freddie and Madison only lasted a few weeks.
Yeah.
Never saw each other after filming. Like, I think she said she booked a flight to Manchester, but canceled it.
Yeah, canceled it promptly after.
And don't you think Freddie is the one that broke up with her just based on his response?
I'm pretty sure he said I ended it, but like not in those exact words, but I'm pretty sure it was from him, which, I mean, I get it. They're on 2 different continents.
But then there's rumors, actually evidence now, that he's allegedly dating an actress in LA.
Oh.
And I was like, I thought the issue was distance, Freddie. What's going on here?
For the right heart, miles ain't a thing.
No, literally, I was going to say that. Men will do anything for the right girl.
Yes, exactly. And it has to be at the right time. I think I understand, like, dating somebody from the reality TV space seems like it's work. Like, it's like, oh, cool, we're working. This is a business partnership,
we gotta create
girl.
some TikToks together.
Oh my
God. Gotta get that content out.
Oh my God, may that love never find me.
Don't say that. You never know. You might date someone from like Big Brother. He's gonna listen to this episode and be like, the fuck?
Big Brother is strategic. It is manipulation. It's intelligence. It's competition. Sign me up to marry somebody from Big Brother. Oh. And you know what their cash prize is? $750,000.
Deepti's like, we're not signing a prenup in this marriage.
Honestly, that is my dream, is to be on Big Brother. So if anyone's listening that knows a connect, let me know, because I would love to be on it.
Jojo Siwa.
You're right.
Chris Hughes.
She's my bestie. Let me just message her.
Yeah. Obviously, we found out on the show that Lucy and Daniel broke up, but we find out in that YouTube video that she's dating Sandy, and Louis also aren't together.
Nope.
And I think Sandy is actually dating someone and has been for a while, because before Perfect Match season 3 came out, she was posting pictures with like another man who I think is her boyfriend right now, like an older guy.
Yeah, after Perfect Match, Sandy's like, I am never going back to young men ever again.
But the biggest surprise is that Rachel and Ray didn't end up together.
Yeah, they said Rachel was like, it just was more of a friendship, and it never went romantic.
It's so crazy that she said it was more of a friendship, because I was like, what were you saying on the show then?
Yeah. Again, maybe it's just because they were in a bubble, because that does make sense. But it's so unserious. I would love to see Perfect Match cast just random hot people.
Or like half and half.
Oh,
it's like
half and half.
Half just random people on their first show, and the other half is like reality TV show people. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, because when you get people who are from other Netflix reality TV shows or whatever reality TV show, they are kind of seasoned and they come in with this like, not attitude per se, but like a mindset of I'm going to be on my best behavior, or I need to act a certain way because I know it'll get views, or, you know, it's like they have so many other thoughts going through than just, let me just go find love because I'm hot and he's
or
hot.
You're like, this is a cool experience, I'm just going to do it. And they don't know like the inner workings of reality TV.
Exactly.
But yeah, anyways, that's our thoughts on Perfect Match season 3. I hope that they make some changes for next season, because I won't be watching that.
I know. Please, thank God. Music to my ears. I don't want to watch it again.
I'd give this season like a 4 out of 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, it just wasn't.
Natalie, that's cutthroat.
But I would rank Love is Blind UK season 2 so much higher. It's just based on episodes 1 through 4 alone.
I would definitely give them like a 7 out of 10 right now. It's interesting. I love the UK version. Something about it. I love the accents, and we've said that before, but it was a good first 4 episodes.
This is a very good looking cast. That's the one thing that stood out to me is like every single one of the people we are seeing on our screens is good looking.
Oh, absolutely. I felt an immediate connection to Sarover.
Oh, I love her.
First of all, what a unique name. But obviously, I'm going to be connected to my Indian baddie. She's
an Indian baddie.
Stunning. Stunning.
I loved her.
And she just has like a way about her, energy. The storyline between her and Cal is going to be a bit messy and complicated, you can tell.
I really loved Cal and Sarover in the pods. When they go to Cyprus, that's when I was like, oh my gosh, this storyline can go 2 ways.
Yes.
It could either be like a Zanab and Cole situation, because you could tell Sarover is like becoming insecure after she heard Cal's type is white blonde women. Or it could go into the Shake and Deepti storyline.
Yeah.
You're very familiar with that. I think there's like a third option now that I think about it, where they can really work out.
Yeah.
But the first 2 are where I like really see their relationship going.
Yeah. I was getting some major flashbacks to my storyline because I feel like it relates a little bit. I think he worded it incorrectly when he was like, oh yeah, like you're not my typical type. It's actually this. Like I would think the same thing when you're meeting every other couple. You're going to play the comparison game. It's a natural human instinct to do that. So I get it. But I just hope that the downfall of the relationship is not because of the insecurity.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh, this started something. I know people are like, he probably should have said it differently, but I like that he didn't lie. He wasn't saying I'm not attracted to you.
Yeah.
He's just saying you're not my typical type.
And we hear that he does compliment her all the time and tells her how beautiful she is. It's not even that. Is
it his haircut?
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say?
I just want to take some gel and just curl it for him a little bit. Like please. I hope they get married and she fixes the hair.
I mean, okay, listen, one thing about Love is Blind, which is very humbling as people who've been on it, is he's hearing the feedback.
I know.
No one has told him in his life like, hey, maybe just like
just take that hair up a little.
Yeah. Like, or just like kind of,
Yeah. And I mean, I got it all the time. They're like, your makeup doesn't match. Well, yeah, that's because I got tan. Okay.
But now now you're like, when I get tan, I got to add some little bronzer into my foundation.
Bronzer, what?
Everyone called me the Hunchback of Notre Dame because I have a slouch. Listen, I'm not saying like the haircut thing to be mean. I've had the haircut before when I was 2 years old. The Asian bowl cut. Like I was like, I know it very well. Like,
he's still very attractive.
Yeah.
So like, it's not.
It's just one of those things. It's like easy fix.
Easy fix. But no, what I was gonna say though, I don't think Cal did anything wrong. I think it's just natural for her to be feeling insecurities because she's not his typical type.
And in Cyprus, the other women are blonde and white.
How awkward was it when Cal was sitting next to Barda and Sarover came in and sat next to them. And I'm pretty sure that they had a conversation, but they edited it to seem like they were just being weird and quiet and awkward. And I was like...
No, I know.
You guys did them dirty.
I know. And I was like, okay, editors, we get the point.
Yeah, we get the point. There's tension.
Okay, before we go more into Cyprus, let's talk about Billy and Ashley.
Yes.
What did you think about them?
I love them. I feel like they're our Lauren and Cameron this season so far.
I totally agree. I feel like they were that couple in the pods where they're so unproblematic. They just get engaged and then, we kind of never see them again until we get to, the post-pod honeymoon episodes.
Yes.
So I really like both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they are really good at communicating. They're really good at telling each other how they feel. They're in their little lovey-dovey phase. The only thing that rubbed me the wrong way about Ashley is when she's having a conversation with Barda and Katisha in Cyprus.
Mm-hmm.
And Katisha brings up how she hasn't told Javin, I love you yet, but she's going to wait till she's ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Katisha walks away, Ashley starts whispering about Katisha. What she said was not a big deal, but I felt like it was very producer pushed.
Yes.
And I feel like cast members who are being used as a tool for producers to not stir drama, but to like
provoke a conversation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they're typically like the weakest cast member. Like they don't push back.
Or like they just think it's so innocent.
Yeah.
But the problem is in the moment, and we know this, in the moment when you're filming it, it is very innocent. But when you get to the actual show, the way they cut and edit it, it almost makes you look like a villain or that you're gossiping or you're stirring up drama, which is so frustrating because in the moment, it's not like that at all.
We had someone like that on our cast, well, 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
And like literally there was so much tension with these cast members because people are like, why are you on the producer side?
Yeah.
Like, why are you trying to stir stuff? And I feel like Ashley's becoming that person.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate because she probably doesn't even know that she's the producer puppet, but she could easily fill that role because sometimes it's so easy to get along with your producers and they feel like friends, but you don't realize until you're out of it that you were being used.
Yeah. And I feel like the producer puppet is always like that cast member where they'll kind of do whatever producers say and want you to do. And that's the only reason where I'm like, I feel like she's being used by producers and that's why she's rubbing me the wrong way.
Yeah, nothing that she said was bad. She was like, oh, they'll get to that I love you phase when they get to it. So it wasn't anything bad, but the whispering and then the way they cut it, because I think she had one more conversation where it was like kind of talking about someone's relationship.
Oh, it was with Sarover.
Yes, it was
where
with
she's
Sarover.
like, how's it going? But it was kind of like a producer pushed
yes, and
conversation.
We learn about, Sarover's insecurity there a little bit, which I mean, I guess in a good way, we're learning more because like it'll make it interesting. But that's the hard part about reality TV. It's like when we're in it, we see the red flags and the manipulation, but when watching the show, we're like, oh, I just want to enjoy the show, and not think about this stuff. But we're like never going to be able to forget.
Oh, with producers.
With producers.
Yeah,
you never
I know.
forget.
But I will say one thing about you and I is we never gave in to producer manipulation or like stirring things that weren't our business. And so that's why I side-eye Ashley a little bit. But again, what she's doing is so innocuous. We'll just have to see what happens in like the next set of episodes. Is she more involved in people's dramas and like kind of like provoking things that like aren't her business? Like we'll just have to see.
But yeah, I really do like Ashley and Billy together a lot. The army connection, them even just talking about her being cabin crew. Like I felt like there were good conversations to have before doing the reveal and stuff. And you just know that man is obsessed with her. As soon as he saw her, he's like, oh my God, I found the love of my life.
I think for me, I see like 2 potential storylines. I think the first one is like they get that like unproblematic couple storyline. They get married at the end. They're like the Lauren and Cameron. The other storyline is they started off so strong. I mean, to the point where it felt like love bombing, where they're like, I love you too. And I was like, I just feel like there's just no way. Like, how do you guys feel so strongly right now?
No, I know. And they must be so super connected.
And then, they're at like this high of love and then it just like crashes.
Yes. That's always
They start getting to really know each other in the real world and like each other's mannerisms now that they're physically with each other. And then it just, we got to talk about one of the 2 love triangles that happened in the pods. Sophie, Kieran, and Megan. Can we start with them? Because what a fucking mess.
I feel like Karen did the right thing. Because unfortunately, Sophie did not get deep at all. And she literally didn't let down any of her walls. I get it. It's a hard thing to do when you're not used to doing it. But that format of Love is Blind, that whole experience, all it does is it makes you get deep. Like, what are you talking about if you're not getting deep? I'm so confused.
I think the only thing he did wrong, and I say that in quotes because I'm going to explain why he didn't actually do anything wrong, but I guess in the way the show is edited, is he gave a really special gift to Megan before ending it with Sophie.
Yeah.
Because he gave a really special gift to Megan that really solidified their relationship before ending it with Sophie.
Yeah, it was a little savage because Sophie and Kieran were talking about Japan.
I know.
And then the sentimental gift is from Japan. And so she clocked it. I don't think that Kieran thought that Megan was going to go off and announce it that way. But he did mention that it's a risk he's willing to take.
Yeah.
Because their connection is just further. So
no, that's what I was going to say.
Commendable.
So I think that's where he went wrong in terms of what's shown on the show. But what we know is that there's a gift day and you're only allowed to bring one gift.
Yes.
So on this day, you're told like give your gift to a person, and he clearly chose Megan. You're kind of like forced to do it. So if you have multiple matches, you're giving one gift to someone.
Yes, exactly.
So like in the context of like what
you guys, she has spit particles on her mic.
I'm pissed. So
I hope I don't get that mic later.
I just spit so heavily on my mic right now. I'm like,
go shower.
Deepti was like, ugh.
She's getting excited about this, okay?
Yeah, oh my gosh. One thing about me is when I get really excited about something, I get all like spitty.
Yeah, it's a little drool.
I don't know if that happens to anyone else, but
No.
like my mouth starts like, like right now I'm just like, I just get very spitty.
Your favorite type of combo. I love it.
I need to calm myself
Yeah.
down. I was like,
You're
I'm dying to share this hot
Yeah.
take. Like, who do I think I am? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Love it.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
What were you saying? Gifts.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I can't wait to share this. He was forced to give a gift to someone. He gave it to his strongest connection.
And also, they can set it up so that you haven't even gone on the date with Sophie yet, but you had to do gift day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
exactly.
he might have not had the opportunity to talk to her about it. So there's just a lot behind the scenes that also comes into play. But it is a good TV moment.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because you can't control who you go on dates with, like the order.
Yeah.
So it might have been where he, woke up on gift day and he's like, yeah, I want to give Sophie the heads up. But his first date is with Megan.
Right. And he just doesn't have the opportunity to do
Yeah.
that.
And maybe he was waiting for his next date with Sophie to be like, hey, I did this thing. But she confronted him before he was able to like bring it up.
I understand why Sophie is like a little upset about it, but she can't be that mad because he has tried to get her to open up so many times and extract any little info about her, but she's so reluctant to do so that I would have also given my gift to Megan. Like, they are connecting on such a deeper level that it only makes sense that he did that.
I mean, the only reason why the situation became so messy is Megan went into the women's lounge after getting this gift from Kieran and like just makes this whole scene about it, which I was kind of like, okay, Megan, slow down, because Megan knows about Sophie's connection with Kieran too, right?
Yes.
At this point.
Mhm.
That's when I was like, this is kind of a low move on Megan's part if she knew about Sophie's connection with Kieran.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you making such a big scene? Okay, I know people are going to be like, you did the same thing with Shayna. I had no idea Shayna and Shane were connecting.
Yeah.
Shane told me I was his only connection. And Shayna was my good friend in the pods. And she was telling me, I don't know why producers are putting me on dates with Shane because I only view him as a friend. So in my mind, it was just Shane and I, and that's why I would openly talk about it.
Yeah. Listen, I think that situation, you totally are not in the wrong because you had no idea. But I also don't think that Megan did anything wrong. She's allowed to be excited with her friends. It's not like she was talking to Sophie. She was talking around her.
I think because she was so loud and in your face. And I think it's like, if she knew about the connection, again, I don't know if Megan was also having, my situation where she didn't know about Sophie at all and thought she was the only one, which she clearly knew about Sophie after the fact though. But I thought that was kind of rude of Megan, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it comes off rude, but I'm sure there's more to the story because in the women's lounge and in the men's lounge, it at the end of the day, it is a competition. Not that you're competing with each other, but you're all dating the same people. So even the lounges are like a little game in itself where you do have to be socially aware because everyone's going on dates with everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like just be a little bit conscious of that.
But
That's how I would act personally.
really like Megan. I still really, really like her. Like I'm so glad Kieran picked her.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I'm not Sophie's biggest fan. That's the only thing where I was like, I think it got really messy because Megan was so vocal about getting it. And I understand how it sucks so much for Sophie.
Yeah.
Especially if Megan knew about Sophie's connection with Kieran.
Know.
You know, it just gets like super messy. But I really like Megan and I'm glad her and Kieran got engaged. Sophie, though, listen, she was too confident going into this experiment.
Yeah. And that's the thing is I think she's the prime example of how she doesn't open up and show anybody who she truly is. And she relies on her good looks to kind of get the attraction or the attention from men.
When she kept telling Kieran, like, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, if he chooses her, I was like, Sophie, you can't just rely on your looks.
I know. And that's the biggest lesson that she's going to get out of this show is that you cannot rely on your looks and your personality is the only thing that matters in those pods. But I do have to say, when we saw the trailer for the upcoming episodes, Sophie comes back and they're going to ask Kieran, are you attracted to Sophie? And it's going to stir up some shit.
We knew she'd come back. Listen, I'm glad that she stood up for herself with Kieran, though. Like, I'm glad she was kind of like, okay, this was really rude and like had that final say. I still don't like Sophie as a character on the show, especially when she says to one of her cast members, remember when she was like playing with her hair in the beginning and she's all like, oh, should I do my hair fringe this way or that way?
Yes.
And like another cast member goes like, oh, do whatever makes you feel good. And she goes, I hate it when people do that. They don't have an opinion. And I was like, Sophie, why are you literally, don't you know you're on camera? Like, why are you so rude?
I know. Just to say I hate it when so openly when you just met all these people is wild.
And I was like,
but like, she has no filter. She's not my favorite character on the show. I'm not.
She's an interesting one.
She's an exactly all the ones that are interesting are pretty problematic characters. We like to say because we don't know any of these people, but. Yeah, that was a tough watch.
Yeah. Well, I'm rooting for Megan and Kieran, even though there's like little things about Kieran where I was like, wait a minute. Like when he says, oh, I was in a 7-year relationship and I didn't feel a deep emotional connection with her. I was like, imagine his ex watching the show being like, excuse me.
I related to that because I feel like I loved somebody and I was with them for a really long time. But knowing the relationships that I had after him and how deep I was able to get so quickly, I didn't realize that I was even missing a deep connection. I just thought this is what love is. And it definitely wasn't that. So you know what, Kieran? I'm with you, man. I understand.
I don't know. I don't know if I could do 7 years without a deep emotional connection.
I did 8.5.
Okay. Well,
that says a lot about me and where I went wrong. But truly, I was so young and I really thought that was what love was.
That's true. Kieran is 28. And so he probably dated his ex, if it was 7 years, like 20 to 27.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he ended that relationship a year before filming. So.
Yeah, his baby. He's a baby. And I was a baby when I made those mistakes. So.
But obviously, when we get to Cyprus, him and Megan are doing great.
They're doing great. He's like...
rooting for them. I actually think they'll end up together. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
Another love triangle in the pods is Damola, Katisha, and Javin. And this one was surprising.
Yeah, this whole love triangle surprised me so much because you don't see people switch up at the very end like that. Like, that was shocking to me. But I wonder what happened in her brain that she decided that she didn't want to be with Damola anymore.
Yeah, what do you think happened? Because I was really shocked that all of a sudden she changed her mind last minute.
Honestly, I think it's because her and Javin just sat down after their breakup, I say in quotes, and they just sat there and were like, let's just like have a drink and continue this convo. I felt like because he was so genuine and wrote down all those notes and it was just like casual, but it maybe made her reflect and retrospect on their relationship and was like, wait, this is so calming and loving. Like, am I sure I want to give this up? Like, look how well he's taking the breakup.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I feel like the way Katisha's very careful of saying like I love you, like she wants to do everything with intention. I feel like I'm similar to her, and I don't love when people come on so strong. Like it kind of turns me off or makes me feel kind of like, I don't know, like I don't really like believe people right away when you know they're talking about how they're so into me. Like I'm like, how would you know this is going so fast?
Yeah.
I wonder if she felt like that with Damola, where he was so honed in on her and was saying all these like really lovey-dovey things to her. And at the end, she was like, wait, this is kind of overwhelming. And Javin's not doing this. And I feel safer with Javin.
There is something to say about how people move in the pods when they have multiple connections that they're exploring versus somebody who only has one deep connection and they are so all in on that. They are naturally, I feel like, gonna love bomb a little bit or feel that their connection is stronger because they have something to prove.
Yeah.
And that's the energy we get from Damola. But all in all, I'm glad that she picked who she picked. I feel like Javin is a good fit for her, which I don't know. We're about to find out if it actually
I don't know if Javin's a good fit for her.
I don't know either.
He says some like
Yeah, you're right.
cringy things. Like he said something about like dating multiple women in the beginning. I don't know. He has this like air of cockiness. I don't know if it comes from like insecurity, but I definitely prefer Damola for her. But I understand where she could view what Damola is saying as more like love bomby, or she's dated men like Javin in the past, so she's going with something more familiar.
Yes. You know what this whole situation reminds me of is when you're taking a test and it's like a multiple choice test and you pick an answer, say for example C, and then last minute you're like, no, I think I need to change it. You change it to A because you feel like you made a mistake, but your first instinct is always right. The correct answer is C. You know, that's what this reminds me of.
She didn't follow her spleen. She went against her spleen.
She went against her splenic instincts 100%.
Exactly. And who knows why, but maybe we'll find out. Maybe her and Javin will work out, or she meets up with Damola in the preview for a set of episodes that dropped today. And so I was like, I don't know, maybe she'll realize she made a mistake. But I will say you could tell Damola is a really good man. So when Katisha and Javin get engaged, Damola is like, let's celebrate properly.
Yeah, it was
and
really
and I was
sweet.
like, that takes a man with no ego to say that.
I know. Talk about the contrast between Sophie and Damola. Like that's how you know that he is like, I don't know, a healed man.
A very mature man.
Mature, like sweet, kind man. Maybe this kind of makes sense because I was confused why Cal was so like opinionated about it and had to talk to Kadisha at the couples meetup.
Look, I don't blame him. I'd want the tea too.
No, I mean like I feel like he loves Damola so much that he was like, well, how dare you do that to my mans?
Because you could tell Damola is just a really good guy. And I think it says a lot that most of the men in the men's lounge really liked Damola.
Yeah. Ooh, she's going to have some regrets, I feel.
I know people are like, why did Cal try to have that conversation with Katisha? But I was like, look, if a guy did not choose my best friend and chose another girl, I'd ask him too, okay? I'd be like, excuse me, what were you thinking?
Talk about loyalty.
Give me your reasoning and rationale.
That was an interesting situation, but I do think that Khadijah is going to have some regrets about choosing Javin.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. I feel like the later sets of episodes are my favorite because I usually get fatigued after watching the pods because I'm like, oh my God, here's another couple I have to get invested in.
I know, literally. Like every episode had a new couple being introduced and I was like, who were they?
And overall, can we talk about how much I hate that format? But I understand why they do it that way because imagine meeting every single couple that's going to be on the season all at once in one episode. I would be even more fatigued.
Episode 1. That's true. Jed and Barta were introduced really late in the first sets of episodes. Yeah. And I was like, where did they come from?
Exactly.
But they're also an unproblematic one.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. They're probably not going to have any issues, big issues that we see, which makes me think, are they going to get married? I think they might.
I do love how they have like cultural similarities. So Jed is half Lebanese and I think he said his dad is Muslim and Barta is Albanian and I believe her family is Muslim. So I was like, oh, I love like on this cast, there's a lot of like cultural diversity. Yes. And I was like, that's really cool. And I love how people use that to kind of come together like these couples.
Yeah, that's exactly why I love Cal and Sorover so much, because I feel
because they're so different culturally.
They're so different culturally, and I personally relate to it because I understand how it's going to be a big thing for her family. And I did see in the trailer that obviously they're going to meet, and I feel like there's going to be some friction there for
with
sure.
their families.
Oh, 100%.
I bet.
And it's because it's not an easy thing. It's not when there's so much cultural history involved. It's not just about the relationship anymore. There's just like such a deeper meaning to it. So I'm excited to see where it all goes.
We got to talk about the one couple that didn't make it out of the pods, Patrick and Anu.
Yes. Of course we have to talk about this because I actually kind of love this spleen instinct thing. You know, I relate to him on the spirituality level.
So do you follow your spleen too?
I don't know where my instinct lies, but it's somewhere in the tummy. I don't know if it's my back.
Maybe
clearly not my back because my back's hurting.
Maybe that's why my intuition was not great in my early 20s because there's something wrong with my spleen.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
there you go.
Listen, I was really confused by this man though.
Tell me how.
She was like, I'm not going to sing for you quite yet. He's like, I'm out. If I don't get to hear you singing, like, I'm done.
Listen, when the spleen tells you you got to go, you got to go. And his spleen was telling him that she wasn't the one. Also, based on whatever we saw for the trailer, it seems that there's some tension and friction there. Why is she yelling at him?
She's like, you're a liar.
Yeah. What did he lie about? Tell me the tea.
Well, okay, listen. So story time with Ricky, who is that reality TV reporter on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
One of her TikToks came up on my feed, and she said that allegedly Patrick has a kid, and the mom of the kid was pregnant while he was filming the show.
Oh my God, it's giving Tyler and Ashley.
Yeah, I know, literally. So I was like, maybe that's what Anu found out, and she's like confronting him at the meetup. Well, we'll have to see because the new episodes come out today. But Patrick's messy. Patrick's messy. I know.
Why is it always the men who follow their spleen and spirituality that always do the most effed up actions and blame it on their instinct or their intuition?
You know, we've got Clayton and his intuition didn't lead him to a good place. And Patrick and his spleen didn't lead him to a good place either.
Dang. That's honestly, I'm frustrated because they're giving us a bad rep. The spiritual lovers, they're giving us a bad rep. Well, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm now excited to go watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the episodes that came out today. I'm actually like really into this season. So very curious which couples will end up together. But Pop Besties, let us know your thoughts on Love is Blind UK season 2 so far, but also what you thought of the Perfect Match finale.
Yeah, there's a lot to discuss. And make sure you guys leave a review and subscribe.
See you next Wednesday.
Bye.